TNA pay-per-views will be back on in Australia, starting with TNA Sacrifice on tape delay. TNA used to air 1 a month during the weekly pay-per-view phase on pay-per-view in Australia, and started doing 4,000 orders, which at the time was almost half of what it was doing in the US, but the number quickly fell and was removed at the end of 2003. The first show on tape will be used to gauge interest as to whether to do them live again.
Fair enough.
So will we be seeing the return of Ashley Hudson, Sex Australia champion?
God, no.
Will we be seeing Jeremy Borash start the shows under the bridge?
That would be awesome.
Like, g'day, mate.
Could TNA... No, I was going to say something very silly.
What?
No, I don't want to.
Say it.
No, I will come across a fool on my podcast, and I would never have that.
That's ideal.
I'm not saying it. Fuck off. Alright, I was going to say, could TNA outdraw AEW in Australia in 2024?
No.
No is the answer, but... It's not because of the great number AEW would put up here, let me tell you.
You seem really pessimistic about how AEW would do in Australia.
I don't think they would do well.
I think they could do like 5k.
That would probably be my over-under.
Push. If you really push me, I think they'd do closer to 10, at least.
I don't think they would.
Because I know, according to you at least, according to your characterization, you are a very WWE pilled country.
Yeah, extremely. Including the people in the business, am I right?
Get their asses. But I do think that there is a little bit of, if you build it, they will come to their first one anyway, that like there would be interest in that.
I don't know, man. It would have to be a big card.
And they do have Bud, and they have Harley Cameron.
That means nothing.
And they have, do they have any other Australians? They have Kyle.
Again, none of this would matter.
They're going to have a bunch of hometown heroes.
Can I tell you right now about how many people didn't know who Rhea Ripley was?
This is her brutality?
Yeah.
Is Rhea Ripley a lot like Becky in that she is not actually famous in Australia?
I think she's probably more famous than Becky is. Just because, like, I've had people who don't know wrestling talk to me about the goth Australian wrestler chick. Like, she has broken through to, like, a younger demographic has heard or seen TikToks of her.
Yeah.
Like, she definitely has, like, in like people in their 20s, there are people who aren't wrestling fans who are tangentially aware of who Rhea Ripley is. You're
saying the Spike TV audience equivalent demographic has seen the video of that stink face.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. I do think that Rhea's probably like the biggest Australian star that's ever existed. Like on an international standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it this way: if she decided to leave tomorrow and start a company in Australia, it would be like. It would probably work.
Because what the bar she has to beat is probably the Iconics, right?
But unless you want to, like, you know, go to the 80s stuff and, like, people who were stars here then.
But even those weren't international stars.
No, like if you want to do, like, a local versus international sort of thing.
Yeah.
Before her, probably the, like it was Buddy or the Iconics, right? Like, whichever you want to take or leave on that.
Or Tennille, I guess, but...
But, like, Rhea is so far and above them now.
And she was pushed far and above them as well, so she should be, but
yeah, and also, like, she is a legitimate star. She is the most popular female wrestler in the world.
It would be nice if she had a good title run while doing that, too.
So it's a true win for us. It's, like, our first real star. And like I said, if like, she was, like, left tomorrow and was like, I'm going to start a promotion in Australia, I think she would be a big enough star to carry that to some level of success.
Be able to get, like, 2,000-3,000 people in there, maybe?
Yeah. I think she could probably get TV.
Oh.
Like, I think she's that notable that she could get TV, I think.
Which Becky could not. Though Becky will be on the Late Late Show, our biggest talk show by the end of the month, so good for her.
And again, I am fundamentally aware that, like, the people who know Rhea Ripley are, like, the 45 down crew.
Yeah.
Like, it is not someone, like, that the older generation knows. Like, you saw her on any of those, like, morning shows, and, like, none of those people knew who the fuck she was. But, like, the fact that there's been multiple instances of, like, wrestling getting brought up at me being out with people that I'm meeting for the first time or something, and they're like, oh, I know this. Like, I've literally had that conversation where, like, I've been out and wrestling has got brought up because that's what my friends want to talk about when they're with me. People that I have not met before or have talked about it, and they're like, oh, wrestling like that girl. Like, so she's made it to that level where, like, people just know about her, not by name, but by stature.
Presence. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, which is an impressive level for someone to be here.
Yeah.
To make it through to the non-wrestling people. I imagine it's through, like, TikTok and stuff.
It is viral clips.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. That she is legitimately at that level.